What is going on, you guys? WonderBro here. It is a cold day out here. We got a lot of snow. I would show you, but it would mess with the lighting on here, and I'd have to we got a lot of snow. Anyway, today we're going to talk about dealing with the anxiety and your triggers, your fears, whatever you want to call it, as they come, and not obsessing so much about it. Now, while we're retraining our brains, while we are overcoming sensitization, while we are facing our fears, I don't know about you guys. I was about to say, I stopped because I was about to say all of you guys, but I don't know. Some people may do this, some people may not, but I did it. A lot of people tend to obsess and worry about the future. Okay, how am I going to react? How am I going to do with this trigger when it comes? How am I going to overcome this fear when it comes? You know, what if? You know, we know we have these triggers. We know we have these fears that we want to overcome. Now we know how to do it with acceptance. But we sit around obsessing about when those triggers come. You see what I'm saying? You know, how am I gonna, am I gonna be able to do it? Am I gonna be able to use acceptance when that day comes? You know, we sit around and obsess, not everybody, but I did, and I'm sure a lot of you do too, about how we're going to handle our triggers when they arrive. And of course, this is stressful. This is a form of worry, and any form of worry is bad for a nervous system. So my little piece of advice for you today is handle your triggers, handle your fears, handle your anxiety, whatever you want to call it, one thing at a time. One thing at a time, one trigger at a time, one fear at a time. You know, don't sit around and obsess and worry about, will I be able to do it? Will I be able to use acceptance? Will I be able to retrain my brain when this comes, or if this happens, or if this happens? You know, take it one trigger at a time, one anxious feeling at a time. Let today be what today is. And if today you have a situation that spikes your anxiety and you get to retrain by using acceptance, wonderful. You can handle it, you can do it, you can use acceptance, and you can retrain. But don't sit around and obsess about 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, 2 years from now. Take your retraining one step at a time, one day at a time, because the worry is not doing anything for you except stressing out your nerves further, thus making it a little bit more difficult for you to use acceptance because you're becoming more and more sensitized the more you sit around and worry. So, take your retraining one day at a time. Don't stress yourself out with the worry. If you notice yourself starting to obsess about if you're going to be able to use acceptance, if this happens or if that happens or if this happens, say to yourself, I will take my retraining one day at a time. And then if something pops up that makes your anxiety spike, you know what to do. All right, you guys, don't sit around and obsess about whether or not you're going to be able to do it. You know, if this is going to be too much for you, if this is going to be too much for you. No, you've got this. Take it one day at a time. Don't obsess about, whether or not you're going to be able to do it in the future. No, one day at a time. Retrain your brain one day at a time. Obsessing and worrying does nothing but stress you out. It's pointless. So whenever those obsessions arrive, those worries arrive about the future and about your retraining and your recovery, say to yourself, I'm going to take my retraining one day at a time. Let those thoughts come, accept them. It's all about accepting our thoughts and feelings, not fueling them with resistance, but you don't have to follow them. Take your retraining one day at a time, my friends. One anxiety spike at a time. All right, I love each and every one of you. Follow me on all my social media under WonderBroYo, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I post a lot of cool stuff on all those social media pages. So check me out. Give me some follows. Give me some likes. If you'd like to make a donation, you can do so through PayPal, shorter1993 at live.com. And for those of you who are still watching to the very end of this video, I got a little special treat for you. I'm going to show you guys the snow. It's actually, it's very beautiful. Hold on. Check it out. We got quite a bit of snow. It is very pretty to look at, but it's very cold, as you can imagine. I was getting used to the warmth, to the sun, and then we got hit with this. I can appreciate how beautiful it is, but it's very cold, and I'm not a fan of the cold. All right, you guys, I am going to run in now. Take your recovery one day at a time. Don't obsess. Don't worry. It's pointless. It does nothing for you. Don't follow those thoughts. I love you guys, and as always, stay awesome.